Hello dear sim racers and other fans of sim racing games. My name is Elmar Kurbanov and this is the stage 5 of Balkan Raceroom League Winter Cup, which is held on a circuit Spa-Francorchamps, a famous track which is located in Belgium. One of the most famous tracks in the world. Let me first show you the results of after 5 stages, which were hosted at Monza, Nürburgring, Silverstone and Spielberg. So you can see the results on your screen. Slaven Stulic in lead with 70 points, followed by Nikola Nesic and Mihailo Juric, both having 60 points. So all the drivers are on the screen now, so you can see all the points scored by all the drivers. We are starting with the qualification, a 15 minutes qualification, after which there will be 2 races of 20 minutes with the top 12 reverse grid in the race 2. Please let me know if everything is okay with the sound and picture, in case we have some troubles. As far as I can see on the YouTube, everything is okay, but please tell me if everything is fine so that we can continue. So the drivers are on a warm-up lap now, so on the next lap they will show their lap times, and so let's wait for Slaven Stulic to finish this warm-up and start his lap. He is the first driver to finish this warm-up now, so he is on the 3rd sector now, and soon, after less than 30 seconds I believe, he will start his first qualification lap, and we will see all the circuit. Of course this is a famous circuit, but I think I will tell you about the most interesting places, about the curves. So this is the final bus stop chicane, and so this is the start finish line. So Slaven Stulic is starting his first lap. So the first hairpin is La Course, then downhill of the turn 2, and so Slaven is closing to the most famous place of Spa-Francorchamps. This is Radillon-et-Rouge, one of the most exciting and dangerous places in this track, because you need to keep your car on the track, not to cut or go too wide. So then Camel Straight, and now the S's. Slaven Stulic with, of course, the purple sector, because he is the first driver to show a lap. Now this is the turn 2, Brussels, right-hander, and then the left-hander with the downhill straight. So Slaven is closing into the turn 12, which is also a downhill. And it's also important to keep the car on a track, because there is a understeer. Then the turn 13 and the turn 14, the campus. After that, the right-hander turn number 15, Slavelot, and the turn 16, and there is a long straight sector, which is maybe good for overtaking. So this is a turn 17 Branchimon, then turn 18, and the final bus stop chicane. And so now Slaven Stulic will show his first lap time. Let's see what it will be. It's important not to cut the track here. And so let's see what is his lap time. Slaven Stulic with the 2 minutes 24 seconds and I believe 9 tenths of a second, but he is only on a P2 because Nikola Nesic is in a pole position now. Nikola Nesic on his Audi TT RS. Well, of course, all the drivers have the Audi TT RS because this is a monocoque, a very fast front-wheel drive car, maybe the fastest front-wheel drive car in the race room. And so let's see about, what are other drivers' lap times. So Nikola Nesic in the lead, Slaven Stulic and Milan Rajkovic with the P2, just 2 thousandths of a second faster than Slaven Stulic on a P3. Then Alain de Telheiro, a driver from Portugal, in a P4, followed by Alexander Kruk, the only Russian today, which is losing 1 second to Nikola Nesic, followed by Marko Mišović, then P7 Milan Tomicic, P8 Erwin Berda, P9 Juris Deutsch, P10 another Portuguese driver Nuno Miguel, P11, P12 already Milan Stevanovic, then Grande Yogo P13, P14 Ivan Jeftic, P15 Frederikos Vanger from Greece, Mihailo Djuric in a P16. He still hasn't showed any lap time, but now he's I think that will not be the fastest lap time, because yes, he had a purple first sector and green second sector, but now there is a driver in front, which means that Mihailo will lose some time, and that will not be the optimal lap time by Mihailo. But let's see what will his lap time be. So Mihailo Djuric with P2. Wow. And yes, the driver who was in front lifted off, so now there will be a free track, an open track in front of Mihailo Djuric, and maybe now he will try to he will try him best to improve. So let's see if he can improve. He's only losing like 18 hundredths of a second to Nikola Nesic. So let's see what will Mihailo Djuric show in the first sector. So will he improve? No improvement, and he lost like 24 hundredths of a second. Not the best start. What about other drivers? Nikola Nesic, he also lost like 12 hundredths of a second in the first sector, and he is followed by another driver, that is Slaven Stulic. Wow. And Slaven with the purple first sector, he is 2 tenths of a second faster than himself. Let's see if that will help him to take the pole position, because now Slaven is only in a P4 behind Nikola Nesic, Mihailo Djuric, Milan Rajkovic. So let's see what will Slaven Stulic showing a second sector, another purple sector by Slaven Stulic, and he's behind Nikola Nesic, which gives Slaven slipstream, and I think that we can expect some improvement by Slaven Stulic, and who knows, maybe he will be in a pole position. Wow. Nikola outbraked himself, and so Slaven Stulic, will he be in a pole position? Let's see. Slaven Stulic, yes, this is a pole position, and you know, this is 6 tenths of a second faster than Nikola Nesic. Wow, a very good lap time. He is under 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Very good lap time by Slaven Stulic, and you know, this is a good attempt to gain a pole position. Let's see if there is any other driver who can compete against Slaven. Slaven is lifting it off to maybe save some tires, and maybe he will try another lap, but he needs to finish this lap you know, under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to have. No, he's going to the pits, which means that he will have no chance to show any other lap time, and I believe this lap time is good enough for him to get to win a pole position. But let's see what about other drivers. So Nikola Nesic is also in the pits. Mihailo Juric. What about Mihailo? First, I think there was some cut or something like that, because we don't see any information about the first sector, if there was improvement or not. So Milan Rajkovic in Rouge at the moment in the P4, losing almost 1 second to Slaven Stulic. No lap time by Milan Rajkovic yet. What about Orlando Torreiro? He's also in the pits. Igor Kristovsky, a driver from Macedonia, on the P6. In the first sector now, he is at the Rouge at the moment. Let's see if he will improve in the first sector. So Igor Kristovsky, his best lap time at the moment is 2 minutes 25 seconds and 4 tenths of a second. So Igor Kristovsky, will he improve? Yes, green first sector, but I think this is slower than Slaven Stulic by 46 hundredths. And however, let's see if he can improve. What about Alexander Kruk, the only Russian today? No lap time by Alexander, which means that he will not improve. Marko Mišović, Serbian driver, is on the first sector. I think he has time enough to show another lap time. So what about his first sector? Green first sector. So we can expect some improvement. Will this allow him to gain any position? We will see. What about Milan Tomicic? Still 2 minutes to go. No lap time by Milan. I think there was some cuts or anything like that. Giancarlo Groce, Italian driver. Green first sector. He's on the second sector now. In the SS, I believe. So Giancarlo is going back to the pits, which means there will be no lap time by him. What about Austrian driver Erwin Bode? Also, wow, he's losing too much, so no improvement will be there by Austrian driver. Milan Stevanovic in the pits. P12, P13, Juris Deutsch on the first sector, but I think there is not enough time to show any more lap time. Nuno Miguel in the pits, Gran Diego. P15 also in the pits, just like Ivan Jeftic. P16, P17, Frederikos Vanga, driver from Greece. in a final bus stop. There will be no improvement because he lost like 8 seconds in the second sector. There was a mistake or something like that. And Ivano Bilecci, P18, the only driver with no lap time yet. I think there was some cuts or something like that. So 25 seconds left, and so I think Slaven Stulic will save his pole position. Yeah, wonderful lap time by Slaven. 2 minutes 23 seconds and 99 hundredths of a second, which is 6/10 of a second faster than his nearest competitor, Nikola Nesic, P2, Mihaly Djuric, P3, P4 by Milan Rajkovic, Alanda Telheiro, P5, P6, Igor Christovsky, P7, Alexander Kruk, P8, Marko Mišević, P9, Milan Tomicic, and P10, Gian Claudio Groce. So we are ready to start the first race of the Stage 5 of a Balkan Raceroom League Winter Cup. And this is a Spa-Francorchamps. 40 seconds left. Drivers are preparing their cars, checking their setups, their fuel. Let me repeat that there will be 2 races of 20 minutes each, and the second race with the reverse grid of 12 drivers. So 20 seconds left. Let's hope there will be no incidents in the first corners, especially in Eau Rouge, which is a very dangerous place. So I hope there will be no 2 wides or 3 wides in the Eau Rouge. But however, let's see. So the lights are on. And the lights go off, so Slaven Stulic, a very nice start by Croatian driver. I think he will save his P1 by the first corner. Let's see if there are any incidents. I don't see anything serious. So let's go to the helicopter and see how do things happen in Eau Rouge. So I think everything is okay with the Milan Rajkovic, a slowdown penalty for cutting the track. I think we will see these messages quite often today. Wow. And Slaven Stulic also getting slowdown penalty. This is dangerous because Slaven Stulic is a leader, and I think he will have to lift it off. Wow, who that was? That was Mihaly Djuric, who lost his Audi, so he lost several positions. And Alexander Kruk is in the lead now because Slaven Stulic had to lift it off because he gained. He got a slowdown penalty, and the Russian is in the lead now, followed by Italian driver Gian Claudio Groce. I think that Gian Claudio was in the P10 in the start. So, wow, Slaven Stulic has got another slowdown penalty. Very unlucky by Croatian drivers that he had such a beautiful qualification time, and he is getting slowdown penalties now, and that is very unlucky for him because he is already in a P4. Wow, oh, he's going wide and losing many positions. He's only in a P12 now. Very unlucky start by a Croatian driver. Wow, that is not a start he would dream about. Yeah, he's in the P14 now, and Frederikus Vange also getting a slowdown penalty, but you know, a driver from Greece in the last position now, P18. And Alexander Kruk, wow, he was attacked from somebody. There is a massive incident in the bus stop chicane. Wow, that was, you know, ping pong racing. Are we racing or ping pong, as Sebastian Vettel said. And Alexander Kruk, who was on the lead, is now in the P17. Very unlucky by Russian. Very careless driving by, by drivers. And who is in the lead? That is Giancarlo Groce, who is in a 3 seconds lead in front of Igor Christovsky, followed by Marko Misevic. Will Marko try to dive here after a long straight sector? Let's see. Marko, no, he is not diving, choosing to have a more safe driving. And Ivan Jeftic got a slowdown penalty. Where is Ivan Jeftic? Ivan Jeftic P16 only. Yeah, very unlucky. As well as Nikola Nesic, who is only in a P11. Oh. I expected more clean driving, to be honest. I hoped to see a more clean driving, but that first lap was a complete disaster, especially for drivers who were in the lead. Ivana Beleci a slowdown penalty, Nuno Miguel a slowdown penalty. Well, Ivan Jeftic another slowdown penalty, and that is a disaster. So Giancarlo Groce still leading, 2.5 seconds in a lead in front of Igor Christovsky. Marko Misevic on a P3, followed by Juris Deutsch. And there is a fight for P2 now. Igor Christovsky and Marko Misevic. Marko was trying to attack, or there is a mistake by Juris Deutsch, who was too late on the braking. And Erwin Bode. P11. There is a fight for P12 also. There is Slaven Stulic, who is maybe unluckiest driver today, because he got slowdown penalties multiple times on the first lap, and instead of leading, he is only on a P13 now. Very unlucky by Slaven Stulic. So we are going back to P3. Marko Misevic, Slaven Stulic, another slowdown penalty. What a bad luck for Slaven. Ivan Jeftic also a slowdown penalty. Slaven Stulic. Something is wrong with the drivers today. They are going crazy for getting a slowdown penalties. At least we see so many messages by stewards about the cutting the track or going too wide. So Mikhailo Judic, P8, trying to attack Milan Rajkovic, who is on a P7 now. Let's see if Mikhailo succeeds. But not yet. But there is Erwin Bode on a P11, who is trying to attack a driver from Argentina, Gran Diego. Hello, Raceroomers Portugal. Yeah, that is a very careless driving, reckless driving. That is not the driving we were expecting, because we wanted to see a more clean race, a more attacks, more defense, but not like this. So let's see. Wow, Milan Stevanovic is off the track at the moment, and he is retiring from a race. Unlucky by Serbian driver. And let's come back to the leader, Giancarlo Groce, Italian driver. He had a 3 seconds lead, and he was 3 seconds in front of Igor Christovsky, but now that is only a second and 1.1, which means that Igor Christovsky is closing in and he is below 1 second now, which means that soon he will get a slipstream, and that may help him to overtake his competitor and take a lead. So let's see, something is going on here. Erwin Bode in a P10 now. I think he overtook Milan Rakovic, who was in a P10, and now Erwin is very close to Nikola Nesic, who is also very close to Gran Diego. Let's see if Nikola can attack here. No, he can't keep his car on the inside. So will he have more speed here? Yes, he has a better exit, but I'm not sure if that can if he can attack. Race Rumors Portugal. My name is Elmar Kurbanov. You may know me for the WTCR Esports Championship. I participated in server 2 and sometimes in a server 1, especially in Macau, in Slovakia ring. I was participating in these 2 rounds in a server 1, and I was in a server 2 in Hungary ring. So I am commentating this race tonight. So Giancarlo Croce, I think he made a mistake, and wow, I have no words for this kind of attacking, because drivers are making too many mistakes and losing their positions and gaining back because their competitors also make mistakes. So, but there is interesting fight for P1. Let's see if Igor Christovsky can attack Giancarlo Croce and gain position and take the lead. As well as there are so many mistakes by drivers. I think that is a good chance to win the race, especially because fast drivers are very much behind. For example, Slaven Stulic is only in a P10 now, and so Igor Christovsky, yes, he is overtaking Giancarlo Croce and taking the lead, and which means that if Igor Christovsky does not make too many serious mistakes for the rest of the race, and that means that he can have a good chance to win this race and gain some good points. So Giancarlo Croce on a P2, and I think Italian is a little bit slower than his Macedonian competitor, but let's see if he can keep just behind the Igor Christovsky. I think it's very important to Giancarlo to stay in a slipstream. But as far as I can see, Giancarlo is losing on every corner, which means that Igor Christovsky will now just pull away to save his P1. Let's see what about P3. Juris Deutsch, followed by Marko Mišević, and there is a train of 4 cars now. So Juris Deutsch, Marko Mišević, Orlando Telheiro, a driver from Portugal, and Mihailo Juric. By the way, very fast driver, but you know, he's having troubles with the drivers in front. It's not so easy to overtake here, especially when a driver in front also has a slipstream, and so you can only overtake by if a driver in front makes a mistake. For example, now Marko Mišević made a mistake in the first corner going too wide, but let's see, which means that these 2 drivers, Orlando Telheiro and Marko Mišević, no, they will not go too wide. in Air Rouge. That would be very dangerous. But yeah, there is a train of drivers, so let's see if somebody can go and attack here. Oh, you know, Mikhailo Juric from around the outside, no chance here. And so Marko Misevic is keeping his P5. Race Room is Portugal. We must organize the championship together with our incident system. Yeah, that would be nice. Or maybe it would be a good idea to have a pre-race briefing with drivers on Discord, where the organizer could explain, talk with the drivers and explain about the most dangerous places in a track, and explain things about the fighting and defending and overtaking, so that all the drivers would be maybe more responsible about their driving. So that could be a good idea. So what about the leader, Igor Krestovsky? Yeah, he's already 2 seconds in front of Gian-Claudio Groce. So who is in front of Juris Deutsch? About 3 seconds. And Juris Deutsch, he has to defend against 3 drivers behind, who are Marko Misevic, Orlando Telheiro and Mikhailo Juric. So Mikhailo Juric trying to overtake here. Wow. Yes, he made an overtake, maybe not the cleanest overtake, but however he gained a position, and now Mikhailo is in a P5 now. And Nikola Nesic on a P8. Yeah, there are so many drivers starting from P3 to P9, so anything can happen here. So soon there will be Air Rouge, so let's see what happens. Marko Misevic in a fight for P3. Can he have a bad exit, good exit? So I think his exit was little bit better than Juris Deutsch. So will Mikhailo take the inside line and try to attack on a braking? Let's see. So late braking, no. Juris Deutsch can keep his car from around the outside, so he's keeping his P3. Marko on a P4, a P5 by Mikhailo Juric, who is trying to overtake Milan Misevic from around the outside in this hairpin. Maybe not the best place to attack from around the outside, but however Mikhailo Juric, no chance to overtake here. And you know, Mikhailo is making a mistake here. So he was crashed. He was oh god, oh dear, I have no words about this. He was smashed by somebody behind and lost many positions, and Mikhailo is only in a P10 now. We can see his headlight is broken, and maybe he has some aerodynamic damage. Wow. I hope the race 2 will be more clean, but I believe there is not much chance of it. But at least it's fun. I hope the drivers themselves enjoy this kind of racing. So Orlando Telheiro on a P6 trying to attack Nikola Nesic, and I think Orlando has a good exit and he will be on the inside at the first hairpin, which is a right-hander. So can Nikola undercut? No, he can't, or he can. They are going side by side. Will they go side by side to the Air Rouge? That's very interesting. Let's see. Wow, they do. And Yeah, Nikola Nesic was luckier here, so he is on a P5 again. There were so many changes of positions. What about leader Igor Shestovsky? There are only 2 minutes left. He's having like 4 seconds of advantage in front of Giancarlo Groce, Italian driver. The P3 Juris Deutsch. Nothing is clean about the P3 because Juris Deutsch is followed by Marko Mišević, who is only just 2-3 points of a second behind. And anything can happen here. Any mistake can cause loss of a position. So P4 Marko Mišević, P5 Nikola Nesic, P6 Orlando Telheiro at the moment, Milan Tomicic on a P7. Slaven Stulic, who had such a beautiful qualification time, is only in a P8. But however, he will start from a good position on a race 2, so he has a chance to win the race 2. But however, if not anything like what we saw when the race 1 happens, I mean incidents, crashes, if something like that happen, we can't even predict what the race 2 will be like. So Milan Tomicic P8, P9 Gran Diego, P10 Erwin Bode, Mihailo Đurić P11 only, who is trying to attack Erwin Bode. Drivers are closing into the final bus stop chicane. Will Mihailo attack here? Wow! He should be very careful. There was no place on the inside, but however he was trying to attack. And Alexander Kruk, a Russian driver, crashed at the bus stop. So what about the leader? I think he is on the last lap now. Igor Hristovsky is in a 5 or 6 seconds in front of Giancarlo Groce. Milan Mišević on a P3. He is side by side with Juris Deutsch now. Let's see what happens here. So Marko Mišević closing the inside line, so there are 3 drivers. Wow, that was a very good maneuver by Nikola Nesic, who made a double overtake here and who is on a P3 now. Very nice overtake. Maybe not the cleanest one, but however that was a very late braking and he got it. He got a P3, which is a very good for him because he is fighting for the championship lead. Let me again show you the results of the championship so that we could see that Slaven Stulic is in lead, and he is like 10 points in front of Nikola Nesic and Mihailo Đurić. So Nikola Nesic, by having P3, maybe he even can gain, he can be in a lead now if he finishes this race in a P3. But however, there is still a second race, so anything can change. Let's come back to the Igor Hristovsky, who is closing into the last sector. So Giancarlo Groce and a P2, Nikola Nesic P3, who is having a 1 second advantage in front of Juris Deutsch, and Orlando Telheiro and a P5, Marko Mišević P6, who is being attacked by Slaven Stulic. Slaven Stulic on a P7. Can Slaven gain another position? Let's see. But Igor Hristovsky, very good win by Igor Hristovsky. Of course, he was lucky because there were so many incidents with the leaders. So, however, that is a victory. Very nice by Igor Hristovsky. So Giancarlo Groce, also a very nice position for Italian. Congratulations, bravo. Very good race. P3 Nikola Nesic, Juris Deutsch P4, P5 Orlando Telheiro, Marko Mišević P6, P7 Slaven Stulic, Milan Tomicic P8, P9 Mihailo Đurić, Gran Diego P10, P11 Erwin Bode, and Nuno Miguel P12. So Nuno Miguel will start at the pole position in race 2. So P13 Alexander Krug, so unlucky. He was one step. He was just one position behind of pole position in race 2. So the Russian will start from a P13 in race 2. P14 Ivano Bellecci, another Italian driver. Federico Wagner, P15, and we have 3 drivers who retired from race 1 that are Milan Rajkovic, Milan Stevanovic and Ivan Jeftic. Wow, so that was the extraordinary race 1 in terms of racing incidents. There were so many race incidents. I hope the race 2 will be much more cleaner, so we will not see that mayhems. But however, let's wait for the race 2 to start. By the way, guys, who do you think will win the race 2? Will Slaven Stulic have a very good start? I think he will start from the P6 in the race 2, and he has to score good points if he wants to fight for the championship lead. Yes, Slaven Stulic with the best lap, but that is not a good help for him because he is only in the P7. So the podium is Igor Khistovsky, Giancarlo Grocia and Nikola Nesic. So 1 minute left for the start of race 2. Drivers are taking their places in the grid. Let's wait for them to start. 45 seconds left. Ooh. Please, guys, just no crashes in the first laps at least. So the lights go on and the lights go off. Let's see what happens in the first corners. Nuno Miguel, he was overtaken already by Erwin Border. And what about the first hairpin? I think respectively clean, but there is the Eau Rouge in front. So what happens in the Eau Rouge? Let's see. I don't see anything. I don't see any place changes, position changes, so I believe everything is quite clean. Maybe not quite, but at least there are no spins, no going off track. So yeah, why guys you no, something went wrong. Something went wrong with Erwin Border, who was in the lead, but maybe he was attacked by somebody and smashed. So Austrian driver is in the last position now, and Mihailo Juric is in the lead, a very fast driver. Let's see if he can save his P1, but however he is followed by Milan Tomicic 2 seconds behind, and Slaven Stulic. Yeah, Slaven could gain like I think 4 positions or 3 positions. He started in a P6 and now he is in a P3, and which means that if he is able to overtake the drivers in front, who are the Milan Tomicic, and he needs to overtake Milan Tomicic and start pursuing Mihailo Juric. But yes, he's in the inside line now, and yes, little bit of push, but maybe not that serious, as at least compared to what was happening in the first race. The race 2 is you know, respectively clean at the moment. I hope it will stay so. So Milan Tomicic P4, Marko Mišević was overtaken by Slaven Stulic, and Slaven is now 3 seconds behind Mihailo Đurić, and let's see if he can be faster, if he can get closer to Mihailo Đurić and try to overtake, but however there are still 3 seconds. He must gain, he must find some 3 seconds in this track. So what about going too wide in the Eau Rouge? Come on guys, do it! I believe you can do it. No, they can't do it. That was why. That was you know that was wise by Nuno Miguel to lift it off before the Eau Rouge, because if he would not do that, both drivers would lose the time, and that would cause the drivers from behind, they would just overtake Orlando Tejero, and so he could lose some positions. He would lose much more positions if he would go too wide to the Eau Rouge. So he only lose 1 position by lifting it off before this dangerous corner. Nuno Miguel and Alexander Kruk fighting for P7, and seems like Nuno has saved his P7, and Alexander Kruk who started P13, now he's on P8 I believe. Oh, Nuno Miguel was too wide on this corner and he got a slowdown penalty. Wow! Yeah. That is Nikola Nesic, very unlucky for Serbian driver who was involved in an incident, went off track, was spun around, and so he's only P14 now. What about the leaders? Mihailo Đurić and Slaven Stulic, you know, the same 3 seconds of advantage by Mihailo Đurić. Seems like Slaven could not gain anything on this lap. Maybe he will try to be faster. Maybe he will try to be faster on this lap. Wow, Igor Christovsky and Nuno Miguel were involved in a contact, so Igor Christovsky got a slowdown penalty for cutting the track. Now guys, it's a little bit disappointing to commentate the races like that, because you always want races to be clean and interesting and nice. You always expect drivers to overtake and defend in a clean way. You always want drivers to be real gentlemen, not to dive bomb each other, not to crash into each other, not to, you know, lift it off when you get a slowdown penalty when there is somebody behind you, because he just does not expect that and crash into you. So little bit of disappointment here, but however, this is a race. What can I do? Nothing I can do. Maybe to speak with the drivers after the race about their driving, maybe try to encourage them to have a more clean race. Because as far as I can see, as far as you can see, drivers are just pushing each other, not the cleanest way. This is Gran Diego from Argentina. He's like 3-4 tenths of a second behind Ivano Bilecci, Italian driver, and so now Gran Diego has to defend his position against Alexander Kruk. So Ivano got a slowdown penalty because he was too wide. Wow, what happens to... Wow, somebody went off the track. Maybe that was Ivano Bellici, but however, he's still P7. Yeah, he's lifting it off, so many drivers overtake him. And Ivano is on a P12 now, so he almost stops his car. What happened? What happened to Ivano Bellici? Yeah, I think he just lifted off because he got a slowdown penalty and only P14. Look just how many positions he lost because of a slowdown penalty. So drivers must be very careful, because these kind of mistakes make you lose so many positions. And you know, even if you are not a lightning fast driver, you can win this kind of races, because if you are very stable and do not get a slowdown penalties, because as you can see there are so many slowdown penalties, even taken by fast drivers. So anybody has a chance to have a good point, because if he does not gain slowdown penalties, he can finish in very good positions. So what about Mikhailo Juric? He had a 3 seconds advantage in front of Slaven Stulic, but now that is only less than 2 seconds, which means Slaven Stulic is a little bit faster than Mikhailo Juric. So Mikhailo's fastest lap time is let's see, 2 minutes and 25 seconds and 1/10, while Slaven Stulic is 2 minutes 24 and a half, which means that Slaven Stulic is more than a half of a second faster on a lap, and that allows him to get closer to Mikhailo Juric. And as you can see, that is already a second and 0.3 of a second between these two drivers, and which means that sooner or later Slaven Stulic, if he does not get a slowdown penalties, as what happened him in the first race, if he is stable enough, he can get close to Mikhailo Juric and try to attack. But at the moment, still 1 second and 3/3 of a second. Juris Dujic got a slowdown penalty, so he's lifting it off, going wide, going off the track, and he's on the P9 now. I think he lost some positions because of that. Yeah, he is overtaken by Milan Tomicic as well. And as we can see, there is a fight behind, because between Nikola Nesic and Erwin Broda there was a contact. There are so many contacts tonight. Yeah, too many contacts, guys. Erwin Broda, let's see if he can counter attack. I don't think Erwin is satisfied with this position. Oh, what happened to Mikhailo Juric? Oh, Mikhailo Juric got a slowdown penalty, and so he lifted off, and Slaven Stulic now is in a P1, and he has a very nice chance to win this race, because there is an open track in front, nobody in front, no left guys, no fights. So which means that Slaven Stulic now only needs to be clean, only needs to be stable to keep the victory. There are only 8 minutes left. Another slowdown penalty. This time this is Milan Rajkovic. Where is Milan? He is on the P13. Crazy races, guys. So many slowdown penalties, so many crashes, so many incidents, so many off tracks. Crazy race. This is Juris Deutsch on a P10, trying to catch up Milan Tomicic, and he is also followed by Nikola Nesic. Only 0.6 of a second between these two drivers, and wow, very close to the apex. And what about Juris Deutsch? Can he attack here? Of course not in the air rush, but if he has a very good exit from air rush. Wow, almost lost his car, but you know, this is a front wheel drive car. It's not that simple to lose the control. In case of something, you just need to push the acceleration and you stabilize your car again. Yes, there is some kind of a oversteer when you lift off the gas, lift off the acceleration pedal and start turning, but it's not that difficult to get back to control. So Nikola Nesic P12, P11, just behind Juris Deutsch, and he is looking for a space to attack. Maybe here he will try to dive. I hope this will be clean. So on a late braking, yeah. From around the outside, Juris Deutsch managed to stay in front, which is very nice, but Nikola Nesic is still very close to Juris Deutsch, and there is a long straight sector in front, but however there is a Milan Tomicic in front of Juris Deutsch, which means that Juris Deutsch will have some slipstream, and that will not let Nikola Nesic get closer. But let's see if Nikola can do something here. There is hard braking before the bus stop chicane. So late braking. Oh no, that was a disaster, and Nikola Nesic knows that, and that's why he lets his competitors pass him again. Yeah, that was a gentleman move by Nikola Nesic, but Nikola, next time please just don't brake that late if you are not sure that you can do the apex. But however, Nikola let his competitors pass him again, and he will try to attack once more. But however, his enemies are just in 1 second in front already, and they are fighting each other. Let's see, Milan Tomicic. I hope he will not dive here and will not brake too late. Yeah, very nice by Milan Tomicic. And here I think he will have a better exit, because Juris Deutsch was too narrow on the entrance of a corner, and this is a right-hand hairpin and some downhill, so left-hander and a little bit of a straight sector, not too much long to attack. And Nikola Nesic also would like to gain any advantage because of the fight of the guys in front from around the outside. No space here. So some little train of 3 drivers here. Milan Tomicic, Juris Deutsch and Nikola Nesic. Oh, Erwin Bode was about to attack Milan Rajkovic, but instead of that he got a slowdown penalty. And let's see, Nikola Nesic, Milan Tomicic and Juris Deutsch very close to each other. Let's see what happens. There will be a hard braking before the bus stop. Wow. Milan Tomicic just completely outbraked himself. I think he will come back to track on a safe way, and Juris Deutsch also made a mistake and let Nikola Nesic get in front. Yeah, Nikola Nesic is now on a P9. Nikola Nesic, who is fighting for the championship lead, but however only P9 in race 2, P8 already. Let's see what happened. Yeah, he overtook Gran Diego. Seems like Gran Diego, yeah, Gran Diego got a slowdown penalty for track limits abuse. Wow, what are these guys doing? They're just pushing each other. And Gran Diego hard braking here, yeah. He managed to keep his P9. Wow. Oh guys, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So there is a minute and 20 seconds left. Slaven Stulic is in a confident lead. I think the next lap will be the last. Yeah. So Mihailo Juric on a P2 and P3 Orlando Telheiro. This is how the podium looks at the moment. However, Marko Mišović on a P4, second and the half behind Orlando Telheiro, P5 by Giancarlo De Croce, Italian driver P6 Alexander Kruk, who started from a P13, very nice progress by Alexander. I hope he doesn't get any slowdown penalties, and if so, he can finish a good position. P7 Igor Khrestovsky, P8 Nikola Nesic, P9 Juris Deutsch, who is followed by Mihailo Tomicic, and Mihailo is very close, and I think he will try to attack here from around the outside in a braking of a bus stop. No, Juris Deutsch is still in front. What about here? No, not too much close to attack. And Gran Diego side by side with side by side with Milan Rajkovic, but can he undercut his competitor? No chance here. Still they are very close to each other. And the next is Eau Rouge, very dangerous place. And there is a slipstream, so Gran Diego should be very careful with this, because not enough downforce. Yeah, that was what I thought about, because when you are in a slipstream and in Eau Rouge, you need a downforce to keep your car in control, but when you are in a slipstream, it's not that easy. So Slaven Stulic and a second sector now. This is a lap for Croatian driver, and if nothing terrible happens to him, he will win this race. Mihailo Juric got a slowdown penalty. Let's see if that can help Orlando Telheiro to close up, and who knows, maybe to attack a Serbian driver. Doesn't look like that at the moment, but however, Alexander 1 second behind Giancarlo De Croce. This is last lap. I'm not sure if Alexander can gain any more positions, but however, Slaven Stulic, bus stop chicane, and congratulations, Croatian driver Slaven, very nice second race, very confident, and yeah, flashes his headlights to say thank you to his crew, to his teammates. So very nice win by Slaven Stulic. Mihailo Juric P2, very nice. Orlando Telheiro P3, this is how the podium looks like. Marko Mišović P4, P5 by Orlando Telheiro. Alexander Kruk very close behind Orlando Telheiro, but not close enough, only P6. which is very nice. Igor Hersovsky P7, P8 by Nikola Nesic, P9 by Juris Deutsch, P10 Milan Tomicic, and all other drivers: Milan Rajkovic, Grandi Yogo, Erwin Broda, Ivana Belici, Milan Stevanovic, who retired from a race 1, is only in the P15 in a race 2. Also not the best weekend for Serbian driver. Nuno Miguel P16 and P17 Federikos Vanger, driver from Greece, who is on the last lap. He's finishing his race. So this was the stage 5 of the Balkan Raceroom League Winter Cup Championship. I think I will go to the Discord now and ask if any driver wants to be interviewed.
A ti mene...
Ja sam Juri iz Brzkog.
Ti mene juriš, da znam. Ali ga trebaš ti barem, evo, pusti.
Vidi, Tomičiću, ja sam... Tomičiću, izvini, ja sam tu u drugoj tracionoj krivini udario.
Ma mene si ti udario, itekako, je tako?
Da, izvini, ja sam...
Odalamio, Bog te, pa šta bilo to?
Pa ja sam očekivao da kočiš malo kasnije. I ja sam ranije malo kočio, ali ti si baš rano kočio.
Ne.
Izvini, Evija.
Moraš na to računat, razumiš?
Računao sam ja, ali sam kratko izračunao.
A dobro, ajde, trka je bila ok, ali ima joj previše ovih.
Hello guys.
Hello.
This is Elmar. I am commentating your race, and you know, there were so many incidents, so many crashes. Yeah, that was like a ping pong.
Second race for me was a disaster. First was good, but second was disaster.
Yeah, as well as for Slaven, the first race was a disaster. He had such a beautiful lap time in the qualification, and he had to win the race 1, but instead of that he got a slowdown penalty several times. And you know, there also were so many slowdown penalties. Wow, guys.
Hectic race.
Yeah, crazy driving. But however, that was fun to watch, because maybe I don't know if it's good to say things like that, but when there are many crashes, it's also fun to watch. I hope you enjoy your races. Maybe I hope you're not angry on each other because of, you know, contacts and spins and pushes.
I'm not angry because I was only to push people.
Yeah. Oh.
I hope the others were angry.
Yeah, I also hope the other drivers are not angry on you. However, thank you for interesting race. I'm still happy to watch, to commentate your races, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks on a stage 6, which will held on. Let's see which track that will be. Oh, Hungaroring, one of my favorite tracks. So that will be interesting. It's a very difficult track because in Spa-Francorchamps there are still places to overtake. There are many straight sections, but in Hungaroring there are S's in the second sector and not too much space to overtake. That means it will be a very tough race.
Yeah, it's maybe first corner.
Yeah,
over.
First corner.
And maybe with good qualifications.
Yeah. You need a good qualification to have a good race, because not too much chances to overtake on that track. However, thank you guys. I was very pleased to hear you. Hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you for broadcasting.
Yeah. So Thank you, goodbye, see you in 2 weeks.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Whew, so that was the stage 5, so see you guys in 2 weeks on the stage 6, which will be on Hungary, a very good race, a very good track. So goodbye, see you in 2 weeks.